Hey, Tim Holstad, singer songwriter. Thanks for stopping. So, I'm hoping that you are having a good Memorial Day as I'm recording this. Obviously, if you are remembering somebody today, family, friend, my thoughts are with you. It's a good thing to be in a country where we can be free and we can do what it is we want to do. And if we work hard, we can better ourselves. And I know that there are laws and things in different places that make it harder sometimes, but you know, I've come to believe that it comes down to you got to be fully honest with that person in the mirror, right? What am I really? Who am I really? What are my gifts? And you've got to level with yourself as to what those things are, you know? You can look at what you're good at and start there, and I think that's a good idea. And then sometimes you got to make your peace with what you got to do necessarily, but you've got to go for it. And that's the purpose. That's finding your purpose, and then you stick with it. Come hell, high water, whatever else, you stick with it and you keep going for it. And I'm not wanting to rehash today the trip, but I can say that it was great to do, and it led me to basically what I'm going to talk about today. It was, I don't think it was my best show. I was very tired. I'd driven some 2,500 miles to get there, and I you know, ended up with over 5,000 on the odometer. So you change the oil when you leave, and you change it when you get back. But it turned out to be a really good show in the sense that the people liked it, and I sold quite a few CDs, and a lot of people were very interested in giving their email for my upcoming Zoom Salon. And this is going to happen. I've tested it with my daughter, and I've sent out the invitations. We're going to do that a week from tonight. And basically, what I'm doing for this is I will talk a bit like this, talk about recent developments. Then I'm going to go and pick up a guitar, hit a keyboard, or what have you, and play a little coffee shop set. What you hear on the albums is if I were able to clone myself and do all the parts simultaneously. Well, I can't do that, but I can, when I go out to play the songs, I can play the part that I wrote the song with most of the time. So I sing it and I accompany myself with that. And then I can sort of do the song live. And so people get a chance to hear it, and that's been enough for them. And so I've had to learn at different times how to sing into a phone and still make the music heard. And then it graduated to how do I make this work on Zoom? And I've had some help, and then obviously it's been over time, and I'm not going to bore you with all the different gadgets and boxes and things and cabling that had to be run to get this to work, but I have a system that'll work. So it was just a matter of making sure that once I upgraded Zoom, I could create a meeting and send out invites and people would get them, and then I could send a replay later. So yeah, basically get on this thing, talk to you a bit, here's what's happening, do my coffee shop set, my several songs, and then take questions if people have them for the remainder of the time. And I figure this will fill up an hour. And ideally, I would get you, your friends, all kinds of people to subscribe to this. And it would be something else that would help me to finance getting more out and going from there, and maybe making more connections and finding more places that people would want to hear a show, and so on. But it's all it's all building blocks, right? Uh, I am grateful to have been able to do that show this May 1st, and then I was very gratified by the response, which lets me do something else. So, all of this marketing, this YouTube channel stuff, the stuff on Facebook and Instagram, the reels that I do, it's all geared toward getting the word out. And now I can say, which I couldn't a few years ago, there is a path, there is a body of work. People can find me if they want to, and I'm just trying to help you do that more by doing this social media stuff. You know, I can write all kinds of neat stuff, but it's not going to help you if you don't know about it and if you don't get the chance to hear it. So, this Zoom salon a week from today is going to be another way to do this. Obviously, I'm not charging at first. I'm going to work out the bugs, but that's what's happening. That's what's going on. And I've gone back to recording the third album again, working on just getting some more parts down for this next song that I will record and get them so they're solid enough that I can at least lay the bedrock, and then I can add the other parts as I need to. But it's moving along very, very slowly. The tortoise could beat our progress perhaps at this point, but you know, you just got to do it. You've just got to go for it and see what happens. And it's like I saw on a sign once. You may be disappointed if you fail, but you're doomed if you don't try. So I'm working at it, still working at it. Grateful to be around to do it, and let's make it count. So that's pretty much all I've got today. I will leave the link for the free song plus the story in the description. That's another way that we can connect if this Zoom salon idea interests you. There's obviously my website, which I will also leave as a tag, and you can go there and you can pick up the CDs if you want to, or you can get the albums digitally. But it's all there, and we're just moving this forward as best we can. And it's harder when you're doing it yourself, but that's the neat thing about the internet. You don't need a power broker anymore. You don't need to get discovered anymore. If you're willing to do the work, you can get it out there. And if it turns out to be the core of who you are, as it has been for me, you got to do it. So, take care. We'll see you in the next one. And I hope you've had a great holiday. Take care.